What up, what up, what up? Welcome to this video. Thank you for pressing that play button and stopping by. I'm Randy Chambliss. And this quick video, guys, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about home ownership, right? So I'm going to give you some steps, some of the first steps that you can do and take to get the ball rolling in regards to owning your home. Well, step one, you have to decide, right? You have to make a decision and say, you know what? My family and I are going to be homeowners in 2021. That's going to be the first step. The second step, you have to write it down, right? Write it down in the tense that is already done. I'm so happy and grateful because I am a homeowner, right? Write it down. And I want you to read that every single day, right? In the morning when you wake up, throughout the day when you're working or you're at home, and at nighttime before you go to sleep. I want you to read that. That's an affirmation, right? That is auto-suggestion. One of my good friends on our podcast last night gave me two more words that I could use, and that is fake confessions, right? You have a fake confession. I am happy and grateful because I am a homeowner, right? So now what that does, that creates a belief. That creates a belief in you that you can be a homeowner, right? What that does, that creates some confidence in you that, hey, I can be a homeowner. So those are the first two steps. The third step is that you want to have your financials in order, right? The bank, right? We're not worrying about, what your GPA was in high school, how many college degrees that you have, right? We ain't worrying about it. We want to know how well can you manage money, right? That's what we want to know. We want to see the financials, right? The financial statement, that balance sheet, that's what we want to know, right? On that financial sheet, you have income and you have expenses, right? So we want to know how much expenses are going out of your bank account every single month, right? We want to know that number, right? And how much income that you have coming in. And that's going to allow us to do a calculation that's going to determine your debt to income ratio, right? You might hear the phrase DTI. That's what that stands for, debt to income ratio, right? So now that's going to give us that number. That's going to tell us how much home that you can qualify for, right? And so on your balance sheet, you have assets and you have liabilities, right? Liabilities are things that you are paying for every single month, right? So you want to minimize that as much as possible and build up your assets. That's putting money into your income column, put money into your bank account. That's what your assets should be doing. Your liabilities should be low, your assets should be high, right? So I want you guys to understand you don't need 20% to put down to purchase a home, right? That's some myths that's out there, right? The home buying process is simple and easy when you have the right plan and you have the right coaching mentor that can walk you through the process, right? So I tell my clients all the time, listen, I'm able to work with you, I want to work with you, but are you coachable, right? Are you hungry for this house, right? If they're coachable, if they're hungry, then they're going to do what it takes to go and make it happen so they can participate in their own rescue, right? So those are the first couple of steps. Now let's talk about having those finances in order, what that looks like. Well, one, you want to have your credit score as high as you possibly can. One, to give you a better interest rate. The fees are a lot cheaper, right? But worst case scenario, right now we have some loan products that we could go down to a 600 credit score, right? But you, again, just have that goal. Hey, I want to have a 640, 660 credit score. But you don't have to wait, till you get there, right? If you have an opportunity and you check your credit scores and you're around at 620, 630, then hey, you may be ready, right? So here's some places that you can go, right? You have Privacy Guard, right? PrivacyGuard.com. They charge you $1, right? 4 quarters, 20 nickels, right? $1, and you get access to all 3 of your credit scores, but also all 3 of your credit reports, so you can see what's on there, right? So that's the first option. That's some other options like Credit Karma. A lot of people use that app. It's very good in seeing what's on your report, but it's not so good in seeing your credit scores because they typically are not accurate. They are off 30, 40, 50 points in some cases, right? Now, the best thing to do is MyFico.com. That's MyFico, Fico.com. That's the best place to really see your scores and monitor because typically that's what the lenders are going to use. In fact, MyFico has a mortgage score, right? So there's different scores that's out there, right? You have auto loan scores, insurance scores, right? You have mortgage scores. So MyFico.com, you can go check that out and be able to look at your credit score. So now when you look at your scores and say, okay, well, I'm at a 660, I'm at a 640, I'm at a 630, Mr. Chairman, say all I need is a 600, right? But at the end of the day, you know what your credit scores is. Next, you want to check your bank account. Like, how much do you have saved up so far for your down payment? Do not include your bill money, right? We ain't talking about bill money. We're talking about actual savings that you've been saving, right? So you want to know that number, right? And you want to have as much as you possibly can, right? But if you had $4,000, $5,000, then you need to be picking up the phone and giving us a call, right? But my point is saying is check your bank account, see what your savings is. If you have a retirement plan, right, IRA, 401k, right, you want to check that too, because you can use your retirement plan to help you cover your down payment and your closing costs on your home without any penalties, tax penalties, what I'm referring to, right? So look at your past employers, your current employees, 401k and retirement plan, right? That might be beneficial to you, right? So once you check your credit scores, you check your bank statements, you know what you have in the bank. Now what you want to do is look and see if I am an employee, right, working for somebody as a W-2 employee, do you have a 2-year work history, right? That's critical. Do you have a 2-year work history, right? You don't have to be on the same job for 2 years, but you have to have a 2-year work history. If COVID-19 affected you, that's okay. If you're back to work, that's okay. So now that you know, okay, I have a 2-year work history, I have some cash saved up in the bank for my closing costs and down payment, my credit score is decent, I've decided that this is what I want to do, and I'm looking for a mentor, I'm looking for the coach. And at that point, you pick up the phone and you give me a call, right? Call me at 504-270-2783. You can text me as well. If you're watching this on a social media platform, you can inbox me, I will respond, right? Or you can simply go to randyknowsmortgages.com. You can learn a little bit more about myself. I'm going to be your coach. I'm going to be your mentor. You might be asking yourself, if you just hearing my voice for the first time, you just see me for the first time, why should I listen to you, Mr. Chambers, right? And that's a valid question. I think it's only fair that I give you some background real quick. Well, number one, I'm the executive director of Louisiana Housing Authority. I am a corporate branch manager with Geneva Financial, which is a national mortgage bank. We're in 45 different states with over 130 plus branches and growing. My job is to be able to open up new branches in different cities and states, hire branch managers, hire mortgage loan originator, and myself, I am a producing corporate branch manager as well. I am an active real estate investor. I'm a speaker, I'm a financial educator, and I'm also an advocate for home ownership. But what we teach is responsible home ownership, right? Just because you qualify for a certain amount doesn't mean that's right for you, right? It's responsible home ownership. We want to make sure that we're there with you after you close. After you have those keys in your hand, we're still going to be there for you, right? And so what I basically do, I give you a free consultation. There's no charge. I don't charge you for a credit report. I don't charge you for my time. We do a free consultation, and I'm going to ask you some questions. And based on those questions, that are going to determine if you're ready to move to the next step, or if you're not, I'm going to give you a game plan that you can write down. It's a written game plan for you, personalized, to tell you need to do A, B, C, and D, and then you can qualify for your home loan. You can qualify for your mortgage, right? Now, I tell you these things and share my background, not to be boastful or prideful, that's not my character, but I just want to press upon you that I can get you to the closing if you are what? Coachable. If you are what? Hungry, right? So if that's you, right? If you know somebody, tag them in this video, give them my contact number, because 2021 is the year that you become a homeowner, right? So listen, God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day on purpose. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.